and welcome everyone.
Money.
Money, Dr.
Yes.
Safety to the rescue.
I was alone when I started the Sakship. See, either you can discuss or you can decide.
I mean, our bread and butter is coming from our assets and our
Auto rickshaw drivers deny you a lot.
business goes with loss and profit.
Hello to all our viewers. Welcome back to
Sailing Success with Akshay.
I am your host Jayarti Rai, and today I am going to take you on a voyage to operational efficiency. Today, we will talk about why maintaining an equipment is just not a checkbox on your safety audit, but also a very good way to save lives and have preventive maintenance on board. Joining me today is someone who understands the challenges and rewards that comes together. Mr. Arun Sharma, the General Manager Operations of Arksha. With years of experience overseeing marine safety, Mr. Arun has navigated all the storms, figurative and literal. Welcome aboard, Mr. Arun.
Thanks, Jayarti. It's great to be here, and I'm here to share some stories and insights from the front line of maritime operation.
I cannot wait more. So let's start with the basics. I would like to understand from you why maintaining any equipment on a vessel is critical and what happens when they are not maintained properly.
First of all, think of them as a ship's insurance policy. You hope you don't have to use them in future, but when you do, they would better be working very flawlessly. So, take an example of lifeboat and life rafts. Okay, just take an example that they have been not inspected or maintained properly. Then during an evacuation, emergency evacuation, you land up with rusted winch or deflated rafts. For fire extinguisher also, you can take an example that you are going to douse an engine room fire or extinguish an engine room fire with a faulty fire extinguisher. And it's like you are going on a battle with a plastic sword. So it's actually not a maritime regulatory only. It's actually a question of life and death also.
Wow, that sounds like a bad action movie.
Actually,
So, yeah. So, coming back to preventive maintenance, can you give few examples where it worked in the favor and it did not work in your favor in the past?
absolutely. Uh, One of the cargo vessels, lifeboat, was neglected during an inspection. So when an emergency drill was happening by the ship staff, by the crew, so it didn't work. The launching mechanism got jammed. So for God's sake, it was just a drill, not an actual evacuation. It could have been landed with some losing lives. And if other flip side, I know a ship where they are doing regular fire extinguisher checks, and they found it revealed that one of the nozzle of the fire extinguisher was faulty, and they replaced immediately, and it actually a month later saved the day during a small fire in a galley. So preventive maintenance is actually a very powerful thing.
Wow, that sounds like a thing. So, Mr. Arun, let's talk about something which is of interest to everybody as a business owner.
Money.
Money, yes, absolutely. So, do you think these kind of preventive maintenance can help ship owners and ship managers help burning cash?
Yeah, absolutely. Actually, savings are massive in this business. Uh, you don't think preventive maintenance as like regulatory thing. You think it another way. Preventive maintenance is an investment that pays for itself in many times over. Okay, for example, for lifeboats, David, if there is a breakdown, you are maintaining the lifeboat David properly at regular intervals, and then you are just paying few hundreds of dollars for that preventive maintenance. But if there's a breakdown during a voyage, in an emergency, for evacuation you need, then you have to pay tens of $1,000 plus fines, risk, so many worse things, and sad owners, ship owners. And on the flip side, for fire extinguishers, if you are maintaining, because there's a fun stat now for you. There's a say that if well maintained fire extinguishers will reduce your fire damage by 85%. So you are actually saving money there and you get a very happy owner.
That's nice, Mr. Arun. So basically, it's preventing your cash
Yes.
and also the vessel, right? So preventing wallets and vessels, should we
I
say?
could say it protects your life and it protects your balance sheets also.
Wow, I'm really enjoying this conversation. All right, Mr. Arun, can you give us some tips which can keep your vessels ship shape?
Yes, that thing we are following daily. So first and foremost thing is follow the manufacturer's guidelines. Those are not actually suggestions. Those are, we can say maintenance Bible. So if we follow them properly, everything will be in control. Your savings, lives, so in top shape. Second, inspection and drills. Those should be regular because crew should know inside out of the equipment. If your crew is well aware of the equipment, they will act faster and smarter during an emergency. Third point, one of the most important point, to keep the detailed records of the last servicing done and scheduled servicing. So if you know when the lifeboat was serviced last time and when this pressure testing of the fire hose nozzle was done, then you will not face any nasty surprises during a drill or evacuation. The last and fourth point for my from my side, don't skimp on certified professionals. These certified engineers who are makers approved engineers, they will spot the issues you might miss. So consider them as the doctor of the or your safety system.
Doctor safety to the rescue. Mr. Arun, can you share some fun tips for our listeners?
Okay, here is the one. You test your ship's sprinkler system. The sprinkler system on lifeboats. You test your sprinkler system during heat wave. Your ship crew will really enjoy it and involve them in that process. Whole ship crew should involve in that process, and because they are the first line of defense during emergency.
Right, that's something very well said.
Yeah.
Uh, I'm sure if they have not showered in the morning, they'll have a good fun and also a learning session there.
Right.
Okay. Mr. Arun, we cannot skip talking about Titanic when we talk about maritime safety.
Titanic. Yes.
Yeah.
Correct.
So, insufficient lifeboats, untrained crew, locked binoculars. There were so many preventable mistakes that could have been avoided. What are your thoughts on it?
Now you are spot on. Titanic. Titanic was my first movie which I saw in movie theater during my childhood.
I learned about marine safety while watching Titanic.
Wow. From that first time I saw the ship on television. Okay. Yeah, regarding Titanic, yes. For preventive maintenance, this is the best example that shows that preventive maintenance is how much it is critical for lives and ships. Yes, you rightly said that only 20 lifeboats for more than 2,200 people. So much chaos that was inevitable at that time. And locked binocular, actually, that shows the missing preparedness and readiness for the emergency. You spotted the right thing here.
Yeah. So basically, there were so many incidences or so many actionable plans that were missed because they were never prepared for an
Right.
hazard or they were never prepared for a disaster.
Yes, if they are well prepared, if they had taken what we are using now, the safety measures, the preventive measures, that time they could have saved so many hundreds of lives.
And that's where we talk about preventive maintenance so that we can avoid these kind of situations in the current scenario.
Right.
These modern standards owe so much to those hard learned lessons. It's rightly said, preventive measures are just not a remedy, it's being prepared for anything that comes up.
Exactly. If Titanic had those current standards of preventive maintenance and safety norms, it might not be that huge tragedy. History keeps telling us be prepared or be sorry.
That's a very nice way to put it all together. Mr. Arun, any parting advice for the ship owners, managers, and the listeners hearing the podcast today?
See, my advice is simple. Treat maintenance as, like brushing your teeth. If you skip it, you'll have to pay the price, whether it is cavities or catastrophes. So, regular care will keep your ship, your crew, and your balance sheet in top shape. So, you will have happy owners ultimately.
Thank you so much, Mr. Arun, for that great advice, and thank you for the expertise you sharing with us.
Thank you actually for having me here. Thank you very much.
And to our listeners, thank you for tuning in. Remember, preventive maintenance is just not about ticking boxes. It's about saving life, cutting risk, and yes, saving a whole lot of money. If you enjoyed this episode, do like and share with your team and your crew. Until next time, keep your ship safe, system sharp, and spirits high. Thank you.